So I would like to understand you guys, since you are in Italy, how is the national TV and the press in general presenting the events to the public? Are they trying to portray them as a stand for Palestine, or rather as some nasty stuff? Giovanni?
Well, I don't watch Italian television, but okay. In general, I don't. I see a lot of pro-Palestinism among the media. I must say that there are a few newspaper slash online news sites that are doing a pretty good job, but they're very few. We've seen major correspondence. Even I'm not sure if it was yesterday or the day before, someone from RAI who raised doubts about some events occurring on October 7th.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. I personally had a conversation with someone from one of the biggest Italian newspapers just a couple of days ago. Niram knows that. Because of a title of an article that was launched on Facebook saying Netanyahu provided to the UN his version of October 7th. So I picked up the phone and I called them and said, well, is there another version? Because if there is, I'm not aware of it unless it's the one, unless it's Hamas version. And so it's not it's not a happy situation if we talk about the media. I mean,
it is I get that impression. Sorry if I wanted to recount an episode to sort of give you an idea of the quality of the reporting in Italy and their sensitivities, because I accompanied actually a journalist shortly after October the 7th, and we were in the square where the hostage families were gathered, and I was working as an interpreter at the time. And one of the Italian reporters, and I'm not going to mention any names, one of the Italian reporters asked somebody, a man, wanted me to interpret a question for a man who just learned that his son had been murdered that morning. Okay, they're through via DNA tests. And he asked me to he was at the Nova Festival, and he asked me to ask this person, to put this question to him out of the blue: was your son in favor of peace? Can you imagine what type of sensibilities we're dealing with here? This is a key to understanding what we're dealing with in not just in the Italian media, but generally in the mainstream media in general. It gives you an idea of what you're dealing with. Somebody was at a Nova Festival party. The reporter wanted me to ask this question: was your son in favor of peace? He just learned he'd been murdered. Okay. I, of course, did not put that question. I said, no way was I going to ask such an insensitive question. But I just wanted to convey an understanding of what's going on in the media. And I don't think it's an isolated incident.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's that's the basic narrative that is online. It's
implicit. The young lad who'd gone to a party to enjoy himself was in some shape or form a warmonger by virtue of the fact that he was Israeli. Okay, but anyway, sorry, Giovanni, I interrupted you.
No, absolutely. I was not aware of this, and I find it disgusting.
It is repulsive.
And but you made me think about something. This type of this question, this type of mind pattern reflects this thing we're saying. That's sort of like, are you taking the distance from, from Israel,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
if you don't, then
You
you're
had
guilty.
it coming. You had it coming in some way. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
If you're, it's like, if you're not with us, if you're not taking a distance, then you're guilty just as as everyone else. Like if there is a guilt
Exactly.
in the first place,
Exactly.
what is it?
Exactly. There's this Pavlovian reaction, there's implicit anti-Semitism, which, anyway, sorry, Niram, do you want to pick up on any of this stuff?
Yes, well, it's absolutely like this. Here in Italy, we have a very serious situation because, of course, Italy is one of those countries, one of the European countries who has not acknowledged the existence of the Palestinian state, as the United Kingdom, France, Canada, Australia, and other states have done. But at the same time, we have a very, very high level of intolerance towards Israel and towards all those people who, in one way or another, are perceived as being connected with Israel. So, sorry. Right now, we have this sort of Orwellian situation in which, if you are not really, this is not something that concerns only Italy, it concerns most of the world. But here you feel it very strongly. Of course, we are talking about a country where both me and Giovanni live. If you are not really on the side of the Palestinians, on the side of the Gazans, you really do not belong to the human race. You are a monster. You are someone who needs to be pointed out as, of course, as someone who is more or less a Nazi, and you are considered like scum. So this is mainly the atmosphere that we have here in Italy. And here in Italy, we had a professor who has been intimidated, and during while he was giving while he was teaching,